See this guy here? That's the toughest opponent you're ever going to have to face. I believe that's true in the ring, and I think that's true in life. Now show me something.
Creed. This movie is directed by Ryan Coogler, who also directed Fruitvale Station. The movie stars Michael B. Jordan and Sylvester Stallone. So you can tell by the title of the movie, Creed, obviously this movie is not about Rocky Balboa. He is in the movie, but this movie actually suggests that Apollo Creed, Rocky's former rival and friend, had an affair on his wife and had this kid, and the kid kind of grows up the first few years of his life not even knowing who his dad was. He's getting in juvie because he's always getting in fights and stuff. But after Apollo Creed dies, you know, his wife kind of seeks out this kid, sees that he's getting in trouble and decides, you know what, I'm going to raise him, and kind of teaches him to be a good guy. Now the guy takes after his father, obviously. As he grows up, he's always getting in fights. He teaches himself how to box because for some reason nobody wants to teach him how to box. He has to teach himself. And he wants to make a name for himself. He doesn't want to get recognition and praise just because of his lineage, just because his dad was Apollo Creed. And if your father's Apollo Creed and you're getting taught how to box by Rocky Balboa, you're probably going to be a pretty damn good boxer. Which leads me into the pros of this movie, the boxing scenes. Oh man, his fights in this movie are so well done. I don't know how they directed this one fight in particular, but there's one fight, the whole thing is done in one take. I wish all the fights would have been like that. That would have been really cool. And the movie overall, it just has a really good plot. And it's not as sad or dramatic as Southpaw is, but there definitely is dramatic moments in this. And I like the fact that they're taking all the nostalgia of the old movies, but making something brand new with a new character. Rocky is very old in this movie. His health isn't too good. It even has an interesting love story in the movie. I'm not going to get into too much detail on it, but they do it pretty well. As far as cons go, the only real problem I had with this movie was the villain slash rival. He is no Apollo Creed or Mr. T or the Russian dude. He's a really forgettable rival. And to be honest, I thought they were going to use somebody else because they introduced somebody early on in the movie, the Michael B. Jordan fights, and I thought, oh, that's going to be the guy that it ends up culminating at the end with, and it would have been really cool if they did that. But they ended up using this other character who I thought was kind of lame. And they try making it seem like he's this tough dude, but to be honest, they show him standing next to Michael B. Jordan. Michael B. Jordan looks all ripped and tough. This other guy just kind of looks like a flabby old dude, and he just doesn't seem that threatening. It would have been nice if they would have actually shown some of his fights and shown him just clobbering people like practically to death, you know, to like make you really feel for the Creed character. But the only real setup you have is that the guy's gonna be going to jail because of a weapons charge or something, and he just wants to take care of his kid, which is the only reason he even accepts the fight is for the money for his family. I don't know, I thought it was kind of lame. And the only other thing that bugged me, and I hate when movies fucking do this, is when in the trailer there's this really cool slow-mo run scene, and he's just like running and he's like, "Ah."
A great fighter once said, "It ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward."
But then in the actual movie, that part wasn't in slow-mo. He just like, "Ah."
A great fighter once said, "It ain't about how hard you can hit."
And then that's it. I was like, wait, that part was supposed to be in slow motion. What the heck? So I hate when movies show you things in their trailers and you're like, oh, that looks cool. And then you watch the movie and it's like, wait, that's not what happened. But that's me really stretching to find some negatives because honestly, this movie is fucking amazing. I really suggest you go see it. The fight scenes alone are worth seeing. The story overall is great. And I think this could be a new franchise going forward. And due to the fact this movie is just so amazing and I can barely find any negatives, I highly suggest you get a ring and a proposal idea because this movie is marriage material. You're going to be wanting to introduce everybody to come see this movie. Alright everyone, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If you're not familiar with my rating system, please check out my video on my rating system. And if you want to see some more of my movie reviews, stay tuned right after this if you can handle it. Go!